Lights, camera, energy. Okay, maybe not as catchy as I thought, but seriously, before this RoleCatcher deep dive, if you'd asked me about electricity sales reps.
I probably would have pictured someone in a hard hat. Not quite the reality, huh?
Yeah, not exactly. It's interesting how much the industry has evolved, and these sales folks are right there on the front lines of that change.
And we're talking big changes. The materials you sent mentioned this whole energy detective thing.
But what does that actually mean in practice? Is it really like detective work?
You'd be surprised. Imagine, like, a business owner, right? Bills are through the roof. They know they need to do something about their energy use, but where do they even start?
That's where these reps come in. They dig into the data, the energy usage, and pinpoint those hidden savings, like energy vampires sucking away at profits.
Hidden savings. I like that. So it's more analytical than just, hey, buy my electricity.
Way more. And with renewables taking off, it adds another layer.
Right. That's a whole other expertise they need to have on top of everything else.
Absolutely. Solar, wind, all these new technologies. They've got to be fluent in that language to advise businesses effectively.
Makes me wonder because the guide mentioned this positive impact aspect.
Is that something they actually feel in their day-to-day, or is it more of a big picture thing?
I think it's both. On one hand, you're helping businesses make choices that are better for the planet, so there's that inherent good feeling.
But also it's about finding those win-win situations. Maybe it's phasing in solar over time, or suggesting energy-efficient upgrades that save money and reduce their carbon footprint.
So it's not just about pushing the most expensive green option. It's about understanding what the business actually needs.
Exactly. It's about trust building, showing them the long-term benefits, not just for the environment, but for their bottom line, even their reputation.
That's a lot to juggle. I imagine tech plays a big role in all of this. The guide mentioned CRM and some analysis tools.
Oh, those are game changers. CRM helps manage the relationships, track everything, but those analysis tools, that's where it gets really interesting.
They're processing tons of data, spotting those energy-saving opportunities you were talking about, even modeling how different choices will play out. It's data-driven decision-making, not just gut feeling anymore.
So no more glad handing in golf courses for these folks, huh?
Well, maybe a little bit of that still exists. But yeah, this is a whole different ballgame. And the career path, it reflects that. The guide, it breaks it down nicely. But it's not just like climbing a ladder. It's more like
Constantly leveling up your skills.
right, got to keep pace with the industry. So say someone hears all this and they're like, sign me up. What's that first step look like? Entry level.
That's about foundations, almost like an apprenticeship, you know?
Learning the ropes, shadowing the more experienced reps, maybe even doing some cold calling to find those leads. But even then, they emphasized initiative.
Yeah, that example they had about the entry-level person getting certifications, that really stuck with me.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Going above and beyond, showing you're serious, that matters even when you're just starting.
It's not just checking boxes, it's showing you're hungry to learn.
Exactly. Then, junior rep, senior rep, that's where you're honing those skills, finding your groove, your own territory, building relationships.
And that negotiation part, that's key. Those energy contracts, it's an art.
Especially now, right? With these complex solutions, clients might be wary.
Oh, for sure. The guide, they called it finding that win-win, which I thought was smart. Tailoring to what the business actually needs, showing the long game.
It's more than just closing the deal. It's about that ongoing partnership.
Which probably means you got to be fluent in not just the energy side, but the business side too, right? The financial stuff.
100%. Got to speak both languages, show them how these solutions, yeah, they're sustainable, but they also make financial sense. That's how you get buy-in.
And then for those who are really into leadership, there's the sales manager route.
That's like the peak, right? Years of experience under your belt. You're not just selling anymore, you're leading the team, setting the vision, making sure everyone's equipped to succeed in this crazy market.
Mentorship probably comes into play big time there, bringing those newer reps up to speed.
Oh, yeah. It's about fostering that learning environment, sharing your knowledge, making sure your team, they're not just salespeople, they're trusted advisors. That's the gold standard.
It's really remarkable, though, when you think about it, it's not just about hitting quotas.
It's about like becoming this trusted advisor, someone who can really guide businesses through this whole energy maze.
Yeah, it's like almost a consultant role now, you know. And what we're seeing, the shift in how businesses think about energy,
It's huge. They're not just consumers anymore. They can be part of the solution.
that positive impact idea the guide kept mentioning, that really resonates, I think.
Totally. It's more than a job. You're on the front lines of this whole energy transition, helping businesses make smarter choices, greener choices.
It's kind of inspiring when you think about it.
It is like each business, it's a ripple effect.
Right, exactly.
And the guy's right. This industry, it's not slowing down anytime soon, if anything.
As we move toward cleaner energy, these are the folks who are going to be in high demand.
No doubt. It's a career with legs, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Both for your own growth and for, like, the bigger picture.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive, if there's one thing you want our listeners to remember,
What would it be?
next time you flip that light switch, right?
Don't just think about the light bulb. Think about the people behind it, those electricity sales reps, figuring out how to make that energy sustainable, affordable.
It's a big deal, and it's only going to get bigger.
I never would have thought about it like that before. It's easy to take electricity for granted.
Totally. But as we move towards these cleaner sources, we need people who can bridge that gap, right? Technology, businesses, everyday people.
That's where these reps come in. They're the connectors.
Fascinating stuff. Really makes you appreciate the whole system in a new way. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.